Good morning. Good morning. I'm Sally D from Sally D's Reality. This is Sunrise with Sally from Pittsburgh, PA. Today is January 26th, 2026. It is Monday. A lot of people are off today in this area. I even have more snow on the covered porch. There's where we usually have Sunrise with Sally out that way. And my car is pretty well covered, as is Daryl's. The steps are, I don't know, you can't see anything out there. It's ice underneath the snow. There's only one lane everywhere here. I haven't been out because I'm not stupid enough to go out. There you go. That's the way it is right here in Pittsburgh, PA. I don't know the final count of inches. Let me get back in the house because I don't have a coat on. But the snow was real granular. It was like sugar, you know? It was real granular, so it wasn't packing snow. I don't know if you saw my video. I really wanted to make a snowman, but I didn't get to. It's all good, you know? Maybe next time it snows, I can have a snowman. Okay, we're back in the house. We're back in the studio here. Hello, LOL crew. Welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. Let me put this up here sideways because that's the way I try to do horizontal, but okay, guys, let's see who's here. LOL crew. LOL crew in the house. LOL crew in the house. Good morning, LOL crew. Hey, Joey, good morning. Justin's here already, huh? People were looking for you, Justin, the other day. You weren't here. Good morning, Lori. Glad to see you are on the other side of the storm. Thank you so much, darling. Let me see who else I missed. Sorry I'm a few minutes late, but I'm just sorry. I'm a sorry person, but I was telling Mike that this morning because I was checking on him with his new puppy, his new dog. He got a dog, like a dog named Paco, and I said I never can be early, even if I get there at 7:05, and I say okay, I'm going to be there at 7:05, and I'll be 7:10. I used to always be early, like half hour early. Okay, in the back here I have my friend Yvonne's video, Nana of 5, or Everyday Nana, Family and Gig Life. But this is her affirmations. I don't know if I have the playlist on. Let me see. Yvonne, do you have a playlist? Let's see. I always do that. I always shout out my friends. That's just what I do. Anyway, that's her morning affirmation. She usually has her snowy, right, she lives right by a church, I believe. So, I haven't been able to get here. Okay, that's okay, LOL. Is your first name, wait, LOL crew would be Brandon? Is that Brandon? I can't remember your first name. I probably remember, but please what? Please and thank you? I don't know, honey. What's a great idea to have a playlist playing behind you? Yeah, but however, Lori, I went on, instead of using my channel, which is Premiere with no commercials, I used Daryl's channel, and he has commercials, and I got copyrighted for commercials. It was YouTube's commercials, but anyway, I use mine because I don't have commercials on mine. So that's what I do. I put people's channels behind me, and I have Yvonne on there because she's getting real close to her 500. I am like this close to 1,500. This close. It gets like, I don't like, oh yeah, Landon. I'm sorry. I don't like, I don't like looking at analytics, you know. I have that song, one of my videos, Analytics, Ah, I have all those songs on there. Hey, Billy. Billy, good morning, Billy. How are you? Nishant is here. Oh, good morning, Nishant, my loyal follower there. Norella. Oh, thank you. I was supposed to get it done so many times. I cut it again today. It's not like it's so hard to cut the back of your hair. Um, but it's totally messed up. But and Daryl's gonna do it today. I mean, Sarge is gonna do it today. I keep saying that, but we keep getting sidetracked with other things. But good morning, everyone. Please, everyone, like and subscribe if you haven't already. That's my friend Joey, who is my heart, my little manager. I just love Joey. He lives in England, and we talk on WhatsApp. He's just my good friend. He's always had my back. It's just, for a long time. And Justin's here too. Justin's here. Um, he's a faithful follower too. Yes, he is. Yeah. And there's some people on here that from my channel that he went and followed too. But he's faithful to this main channel, right, Justin? Right. Yeah, right, Justin. Okay, what is Yvonne's channel called? I thought it was Nanny of Five because I was looking for her channel last night for her live, because she has a live at 7:45. That's where we went yesterday, Scott, when after Lori's live. But her channel is Everyday Nana, and then it says family and gig life or something like that. Everybody keeps changing their channels, but at least she has kind of her name in there, because I can't escaping the suburbs. Like, they don't even have their name in that channel. Why would they do that, right? I mean, Lori has Lori Soul Circle, but some people just I'm teasing you, Scott. Look, Joey Farr. Okay, Nana, Yvonne, Everyday Nana of Five. I couldn't see it, honey. I couldn't see it, but I'm advertising you. I do that again here. But that she's doing the affirmations. That's why there's only snow there. But she does do other things. She has live. We talk about all kinds of things. She likes to do diamond art. Hey, Jerry Ginger. The other day, someone said howdy. I thought it was you, but it wasn't. I was like, hey, Jerry Ginger. But it wasn't you. Hey, Sprout. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hey, Julio. Is that how you say your name? Juliana. Oh, I'm really bad today. Good morning from Brazil. I don't have anything in Brazil. I got to get a pin for Brazil on my world map. Yeah, these are pair.com, PAIR.com. Go on over there and look at their stuff. Go into clearance, because the stuff on the other thing is too much money. Or you can go to where they make those crafts, which Pinterest. Light of God in darkness. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I'm so glad you're back, honey. Escaping the suburbs. If it's Daryl or Daryl. Darryl. Yeah. Darryl. That's why he just goes by D or Big D, because we had little Daryl. It was, the jokes we had. Daryl, and Larry from the Bob Newhart show. I don't know if you guys are old enough to know that stuff. Good evening, Brother D. Okay. Tommy. Tommy, do you have cats? I have lots of videos on my cats. Oh my gosh, he is such a good cat. Sometimes. He likes to fly through the air is that Fifi up there? Or is that him? Fifi. That is Fifi up there. Little chub muffin got up there. Hey, Ray. I was watching your premiere yesterday. I was saying hello on there, but I guess nobody was there. Do you watch your premiere with your crowd? Or I don't know. I don't know anything about premieres. Don't quote me on that. But Ray had a premiere yesterday on his channel, Dashing Womble. His artwork, I keep raving about it. He has such beautiful artwork on his channel. I love it. It's just his opening and his ending. He's really good. He's the one that showed me how to make the things that I have on my channel. He was tired, but he still helped me because he had to take his wife to, she goes to dialysis, kidney dialysis. So keep her in your prayers. Her name is Wendy. Somebody wants me to sing 76 trombones, but I don't feel like it right now. I had a hella night, you know? My leg's just been bothering me. Oh, come on, LOL crew. You know better than that, Landon. Or I'm going to say bye-bye to you, babe. Okay, Landon. I really liked you too, but I guess you're going to be going somewhere. But anyway, guys, I had a terrible night.
Coffee service.
Thank you, Daryl. Daryl brought me my coffee, but I got my water myself because you got to hydrate, right? Okay. Thankfully, Wendy decided to stay home today, so no dialysis for a couple days. Okay. I just want people to pray for her and that she can make a full recovery. So let's see what our theme is today. Oh, it's one of my favorite themes that this reading thing does. Just heard we got 29 inches of snow with another 5. Oh no. But you guys are prepared for the snow, Lori, right? Right? Oh my goodness. Hopefully the weather will be better by Wednesday. Yeah. Daryl's shop is closed today. A bunch of them are calling that went into work. So I don't know why they would go in when he told them not to. So the snowplow place wanted to know if they should come, and he says, just wait till it's done snowing because there's no one going in. Well, some wackadoodles went in anyway, so. All right, so let me see here. It's let go, let God. This is one of my favorite things to talk about because it's so nice to be able to let go of stuff and let someone else take care of it. Even though, you know, like I'm always trying to do everything myself, but sometimes it's nice to let go and let God, you know, take the reins. But, you know, we have to fully trust that God is going to, you know, make everything all right. So, I cooperate with the divine within when I let go and let God. When I'm working toward a goal, striving to accomplish something that's important to me, or stretching myself to learn something new, I hold a positive expectation, bringing my talents and using my desire to make it happen. So that's something that, you know, a lot of us, even us older people, especially with technology, those of us, some older people have like it's within them, even though they don't know about technology. But they can get right into, you know, technology, like Scott does technology and things like that, IT. Some of us are just like, you know, a little bit intimidated, but so I'm going to try some new things. It says try new things because Scott was trying to help me escaping the suburbs. He was trying to help me with this store and stuff. I'm going to look into that. But first I got to do my partial monetization. I haven't filled that out yet, guys. It's been weeks, and I better do that. I don't know if there's a deadline or anything, so I might have missed my chance. But you know, that's where I can have super chats and stickers or something. I don't know. That's where you can do. I have to read up on it, so kind of exciting, you know. Get a little bit extra cash because right now I could really use it. So. But the thing is, I have no money and can't go out. So that means no cigarettes. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I've been good. I didn't have any yesterday or today. So I'm drinking lots of water, okay? Don't think I didn't think, I wonder if I can walk to the store, but it's far. But no, I'm not an addict. I'm going to get off of these darn. In this book I'm reading, well, I read it several times. It's Alan Carr, The Easy Way to Stop Smoking. And in it, he says, he's like doing psychology, but he's not really a psychologist because he smoked himself. And he's like, You're a slave to the cigarette. Think about it. You're a slave to that. You have to find it all the time. You have to get it. You have to do everything, like when you really want it. Oh, LOL, I promise I won't take it. What are we talking about here? So that's the way it is. We have to like you just like, oh, I gotta get it, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. Oh, Scott says fill it out. Okay. Okay, I will. I will. I didn't know if there was a deadline. Is there a deadline? Hog Cycle Gamer. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning. My mother smoked for years and she was able to stop cold turkey. She just asked God to help her. Yes, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. But God is getting kind of tired of me because I'm also I also want to get my leg better. I also want to get some other things organized in my brain. But do you think God, this is a question for you guys. This is like, I'm, being a teacher, anybody, I guess, is also like this too. I'm always like inquisitive. Like, do you think God ever gets overwhelmed? Do you guys think that God ever gets overwhelmed? I don't know. Does he? God is never tired. And Nana, Yvonne, my good friend Yvonne, you don't think that he gets like, oh, not her again? He says that. I know he's ominous. Yeah, but sometimes I'm just like, oh, he's like, I'm nagging at him again, because, you know, sometimes Daryl, after 40 years, Daryl's like, stop nagging at me. But, he's like, you treat me like a 5-year-old. Well, if he didn't act like a 5-year-old, I wouldn't have to treat him like one, right, Daryl? He's in there listening because he didn't go in today. But anyway, everyone's saying hello to one another. Yes, the deadline. There is a deadline to fill it out. Ah, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Scott, yes. Okay, let's go back to this. Sometimes, though, I can forget that I do not need to do everything from my human will. Wait, Sally. Sometimes, though, I can forget that I do not need to do everything from my human will alone. I am abundantly blessed with spiritual gifts. The presence of God is within me. Right on. Even as I bring the best of my human abilities to worldly matters, I also practice letting go and letting God. This commitment brings living in easy harmony with life, knowing when to push to make things happen and knowing when to step back and let events unfold on their own. Listen to that, guys. This commitment means living in easy harmony with life. Ooh, Sally, you hear that, Sally? Knowing when to push to make things happen and knowing when to step back and don't be in control. We talked about the other day. Step back and let events unfold at their own pace. I do what is mine to do, and then I let go and let God. How beautiful is that? I mean, I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that. So this commitment means living in easy harmony with life, knowing when to push and when to step back and let events unfold on their own at their own pace. I do what is mine to do, and then I let go and let God. So from John 3:30, it says, he must increase, but I must decrease. He must increase, but I must decrease. And that's from John 3:30. Wow, that I really need to hear that today. Chat full of mods. Peter, you're so sweet, lovey. I wish I could just give you a big hug for whatever's bothering you, love. I know, Ray, I know, don't play with the trolls. So his patience is also infinite. I love that. I love that, Scott. Yeah. You're at work now? Okay. Aw, Peter, so you're just so wonderful. Thank you for asking that. I'm sure all my friends want. Oh, and hi, Ice Wizard. Hi, how are you? How are you? Are you listening to the Let Go, Let God here? I'm sorry, Ray. I have to stop doing that. He must increase, but I must decrease. Ray doesn't like when I do that. When I'm on Ray's channel, I do that. This is why I don't. What did he say? I was just asking. Sorry for being. Oh, that's okay. That's okay if you're rude. Ashley, how's the babies? How are the twins, the little boys? How are they? Listening to you is good enough. Okay, Ice Wizard. You see that? See that? I knew you had a heart. I knew you had a heart, not ice. Okay, now, let me get back to yesterday. We were talking about zeal. You know how I have zeal. I was a little too excitable. In fact, Yvonne's like, "You're a little sassy today." I think it was him or Debbie Sue. A little sassy today, Sally. And I'm like, I'm always like that. I let go and let God, trusting in divine timing. There is a time for effort, a time for striving, a time to try to make things happen. But after I have given myself to the pure pursuit of a goal, I must recognize when the time comes for me to withdraw from worldly effort, to let go and let God. This is a wonderful act of empowerment, a declaration of trust in the presence and power of God. And in my trust that this presence and power express at the point of me. I can relax knowing I need not reply. Wait, I need, blooper. Okay. I can relax. Don't know what that word means, but I can relax knowing I need not rely upon my human efforts alone. I listen for my guidance and move forward when the time is right, believing with understanding faith the right opportunities will present themselves in accordance with divine timing. So just like Cheryl was saying about, relying on God to quit smoking, I quit years ago for like 15, 20 years. And then Maddie moved to Texas. I'm not blaming it on him. I'm not blaming. Hey, Matilda. Thank you, honey. Fresh Prince. Hello, yo, yo, yo. Censored bleep. But I think that this is really speaking to me in another manner, that I can do this. But when he moved away, I just like needed some kind of crutch, and I don't drink. I don't, do other stuff. I don't know if you're allowed to say drugs on here, but it's just like, I don't know. And my friend's husband said, "Don't do it, Sally. Don't do it." And I did. It's my own fault. So Exodus 14:14, the Lord will fight for you, and you have only to keep still. The Lord will fight for you, and you have only to keep still. Wow. Hello, Jordy. Hello. Good morning, Rhonda. Good morning. I hope everyone's doing well this morning. I think Lori was looking for you yesterday, Rhonda. And I said you were okay because I heard from you. Yeah, so let me find what I was reading here. Thank you, Fresh Prince. All right. I release limitations and allow divine intuition to guide me. When I take steps in my life, I usually have a goal in mind. Whether my path is spiritual or secular, I take action to achieve the desired outcome. In the midst of my efforts, I embrace the sacred wisdom to pray and move my feet. This adage reminds me that as a divine being, it is within my power to use my spiritual gifts to move myself in the direction of my dreams. So it says here, the adage reminds me that as a divine being, it is within my power to use spiritual gifts to move myself. And we have all these spiritual gifts, but are we using them, right? We have all these spiritual gifts and we need to reach out, and use them. I don't always know where my talents will be I don't always know where my talents will be needed. I don't always know where my talents will be needed most, and I trust the guidance of the divine within to lead me to the right place at the right time. While I move forward with a general goal in mind, I release the ultimate outcome. It's empowering to know I need not rely upon my human efforts alone. I let go, I let God, and trust in divine timing and right outcomes. And from Proverbs 2, verse 6, for the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. For the Lord give wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. So that's, get some water. My mouth is really dry. This here. Oh, man. My mouth is so dry anymore. Probably the dry air. And Lori's saying hello to Rhonda. Hey, Jade Reed, is that right? What does this mean? I don't know what that means. I need to learn all these little things on there you kids have. You kids. All right. It says, let my love enfold you in the radiance of my glory. Sit still in the light of my presence and receive my peace. These quiet moments with me transcend time, accomplishing far more than you can imagine. Bring me the sacrifice of your time and watch to see how abundantly I bless you and your loved ones. Bring me the sacrifice of your time. That's all it takes. Bring me, hey DJ, bring me the sacrifice of your time and watch to see how abundantly I bless you and your loved ones. Through the intimacy of your relationship, you are being transformed from the inside out. As you keep your focus on me, I form you into the one I desire you to be. Your part is to yield to my creative work in you, neither resisting it nor trying to speed it up. Remember, it's all in God's time. Enjoy my tempo of a God-breathed life, of letting me set the pace. Hold my hand in childlike trust, and the way before you will open step by step. And if you ever watch DJ, his channel is Big Three Dashing. He's a dasher, and he has a W-2 and a regular job, but he does that on the side for extra money. And he has a very interesting way of doing his show. It's live, and he's doing deliveries and that, and you get to know how they pretty much treat the drivers and things. Sometimes they do nice, but DJ talks about other things too, because he wrote a book. It's on Amazon. And I shouldn't have said that because I forget the name of the book, but he's a very smart man. And so he was talking about, he was talking about be prepared, be prepared about, look, the storm. He kept saying, be prepared, it's right, DJ. Yvonne watches him too. He's like, be prepared because it's coming, you guys, just, he was just spreading this message, and it was very moving. He was scaring me a little bit, but now I see what he meant. But it's kind of a good thing that I'm snowed in here. Hello, Tracy. Cobus Cattails is Tracy with an IE, just like our other Tracy, but yeah, that's Tracy. Cobus Cattails is Tracy. Tracy, have you checked out Escaping the Suburbs and also Lori Soul Circle? They're good channels too. And then you, of course, do you go to Yvonne's channel for the affirmations after this? Nana of 5, she's awesome. I'm just giving you, let me write it down. Okay. Guys, put your channels up there so she can write it down. I got to finish reading here. I have more important things to do than advertise your channel. No, I'm just kidding. Through the intimacy of relationship, you are being transformed from the inside out. As you keep your focus on me, I form you into the one I desire you to be. And Hebrews chapter 13:15, through Jesus, therefore, let us continually offer to God a sacrifice of praise, the fruit of lips that confess his name. And then we go to 2 Corinthians 3:18, and we who with unveiled faces and reflect the Lord's glory are being transformed into his likeness with ever increasing glory, which comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit. Wow. And Psalms, I just love the Psalms. Good morning, Chris. Yet I am always with you. You hold me by the right hand. You guide me with your counsel, and afterward you will take me into glory. That's Psalm 73:22-23. Yet I am always with you. You hold me by the right hand. You guide me with your counsel, and afterward you will take me into glory. So the Psalms are so beautiful. They're so beautiful. No wonder a lot of them were changed into music for, churches and things. It says, that phone has been ringing. His work. Oh. Give up the illusion that you deserve a problem-free life. Give up that illusion, people. We talked about that yesterday. Give up the illusion that you deserve a problem-free life. Part of you is still hungering for this resolution of all difficulties. This is a false hope. As I told my disciples, in the world you will have trouble. Link your hope not to problem solving in this life, but to the promise of an eternity of problem-free life in heaven. Instead of seeking perfection in this fallen world, pour your energy into seeking me, the perfect one. Wow. It is possible to enjoy me and glorify me in the midst of adverse circumstances. In fact, my light shines most brightly through believers who trust in me in the dark. Sorry, I have cotton mouth. It is possible to enjoy me and glorify me in the midst of adverse circumstances. In fact, my light shines most brightly through believers who trust me in the dark. That kind of trust is supernatural, a production of my indwelling spirit. When things seem all wrong, trust me anyway, it says. I am much less interested in right circumstances than in right responses to whatever comes your way. That's what I always say, guys. It's all in how we respond to things, not only what people say or what they do. It's all in how we respond to you, to the problem or to the circumstances. That's how. Question, what are you reading? I was late. Oh, Allie, I'm reading, the theme for today is Let Go, Let God. I'll show you here. I read from various things. This is the Let Go, Let God. I know it's backwards. And this is from the Daily Word book I read. I get it in the mail. And then I read I have all the Jesus books. Jesus, all from Sarah Young. Jesus Calling, Jesus Always, Jesus Listens. I have all of those books. I have so many books, but I just run my, I know you guys are gonna think it's weird, but I run my fingers over them to see what I should do today, and whatever I pick up, that's what I'm supposed to read. I don't know if you guys believe that, but that's what I do. That's what I do, and it always works out. Just like this, it says whole when things seem wrong, trust me anyway. I am much less interested in right circumstances than in right responses. And we've been talking about that for months, guys. You know how I say it's all in how we respond, like those kids that were talking about getting bullied on, the text message. And I said, just walk away, guys. Just walk away. Walk away. I know sometimes you feel like they're taking advantage of you and you didn't get your retaliation, but it's not going to make you feel any better because it's not going to make you feel any better because you're hurting somebody back. You know what I mean? Just forget about it. There's so many things that I can't even remember to tell you that somebody did to me, just like these trolls on here. And when they say mean things to people, why do they do that? They have something in their heart that's not right. So whenever they do wrong things, you just have to not respond negatively. You have to pray for them. Like let's see, you are listening to the Spirit. The Lord is showing you what to share. That is called faith. Okay. All right, Allie. I know that, but other people, when I tell them that, I don't tell a lot of people that because it's just like, you dropped out of school because you were bullied. I am so sorry. I'm a school teacher, and that really makes me sad. It really makes me sad. Um, Someone is upset that you are not they're not getting attention. You who Big D or DJ, is it a troll or is it somebody just wants attention? Um, Yeah, so I really don't. Yesterday, my Madden, my one friend on here got real upset about things that people were saying, and I really don't care. Um, um, I really don't care what because it just doesn't bother me. Because I figure if someone's picking on me, then they're leaving somebody else alone. Does that make sense? Because I can handle it. If someone's picking on me, they're leaving somebody else alone. Thank you for reading the word, Sally. Always brightens my day. Just join those channels you mentioned. Oh, okay, you're gonna like them. Yeah, big three dashing here. He is, he's awesome. Two. The troll left 6, 7. That is so last year. I know. I know. Isn't that? You know what I do usually, Allie? I usually sing 76 trombones, but I had such a rough night. I mean, I have my clapper here. I have my microphone here, but I'm kind of like you notice I'm a little bit lower volume today because I just like my legs not it's bothering me and I'm just let's see, Mr. Pickle. Hi, it's my first time here. Oh, well, welcome, Mr. Pickle. Hello, Revealers TV. Yeah. So let me see what we have for the gospel for that. It says John 16:33. I have told you these things so that in time you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. So he knows that we're going to have trouble. We should prepare for the trouble, just like DJ was saying. We should be prepared. It says, I have told you these things so that that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. And yesterday, remember we were talking about it's not all easy sailing, because if easy sailing, you wouldn't be strong. You wouldn't know how to handle things when they do come up. And like I talked about the kindergartners, winning the games all the time and everything. Hello, James. Good morning again, love. Thank you for coming. Clap on, clap off. Okay, Justin. Psalms 112, 4-7, or 4 and 7, not 4 through 7. Even in darkness, light dawns for the upright, for the gracious and compassionate and righteous man. He will have no fear of bad news. His heart is steadfast, trusting in the Lord. Whew, that would be so awesome if I could be like that. I have to really work on that. I don't know about you. Are you guys nervous about if, getting bad news or like, I don't know. They used to call it in the old days, my days, many moons ago. They used to call it waiting for the other shoe to drop or whatever. What was that saying? Like I'm always worried that something else is gonna happen. And I know I preach that, if you're gonna worry, then don't pray. If you're gonna pray, then don't worry. But sometimes it just creeps up on you. Do you think that that is the evil one, trying to come between me and God? That's what I'm starting to think. I should have thought that a long time ago, but I think that's what's happening. That when I start to doubt things, do you guys believe that? Um, that's what I believe. That's what I believe. John 17:3, please. Did you want to read that, Revealers TV? Zenny, hello. Or oh, thank you, Scout. Oh, thank you. That is so nice. I always get nervous when there's a little paragraph there. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. You know, you think that I'm right? Okay, Allie. I like Allie. I'd love to meet Allie someday because she got part of my name. But she's a nice little girl there. I know you're married, I know, but everybody's a kiddo to me because I'm 60, and everybody's kiddo. Even Scott's kiddo to me, because he's much younger than me as well. But that's just some of the. I just laugh at myself, guys. There was somebody yesterday or whatever, and they were really struggling with things. Hello, Carol. Hi, honey. How are you? But like, I do, like, she was like, people laugh at me and do this and this, and I said, but why don't you just laugh with them? Like, yeah, that was pretty silly, and act like it doesn't bother you. And then they don't have any material to keep, bothering you. If you show them that it doesn't bother you, that the bullies aren't going to do anything, right? Because my son Matthew, he was real quiet, right? And very smart boy, very reserved, but a very, very good friend to his friends. But then other people see him like that, and they started bothering him in high school. And I was like, Matt, you gotta nip it in the bud. You gotta let them know the way it is, because don't say anything back to them, but they're not gonna keep bullying you and bullying your friends. So you just gotta not don't let them know that it bothers you, right? Um, my brother, when we were younger, this is such a stupid story, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Because it's so stupid, and I laugh at it, but it was something that aggravated me. So when we were growing up, we lived with my uncle, and then my in the winter, when we lived in Minnesota, we would come back to PA in the winter because it was so cold, and my dad couldn't handle it. So we would come back here, and we would live with my mom's brother because he had grandma's house. So we would stay there and everything, and there was four of us kids, and so they got in an argument. Uncle Bill and my dad got in an argument, of course. So he throws us all out, right? And so my dad gets this trailer, this cheap, like, this trailer was, we had no furniture, nothing. And but this trailer is pretty run down in a town that was pretty run down. So we get this trailer, and then my dad buys this cot. Like, there was only 2 bedrooms there. So I had to share with my brothers. And I'm a princess. But my sister's 10 years younger than me, so she got to sleep with mom and dad. But they got this cot, like a regular, fold up cot. And the 3 of us. Now I was in 7th grade, I believe, 7th or 8th grade, and then my brothers are a year younger and then 2 years younger. So sixth grade and fifth grade. So we weren't like little tiny, like we were kids in this little cot that was probably made for not one person, but maybe one and a half people. It wasn't like a double. It was a small cot. Anyway, enough about the cot. So my brother John, the one I'm his caregiver, he would lay there in the bed because they would always get the ends, and I had to be squished between my brothers. So I'm like, okay, guys, get wait, wait for me, And so John started doing this thing with his toes, like you know, and he kept like twitching his toes, and it was so annoying. I was trying to go to sleep, and he kept doing it and doing it, and I was like, John, stop it. And I noticed the more I said that, the more he did it. And then Jim, my other brother, would start doing stuff too. So it was like, because I need quiet to go to sleep. And oh yeah, Allie, it's today Dad's surgery. Yeah, yeah, we have to pray for him. Um, anyway, I'm sorry. I will get right back to that. But I'm all over the place. Hello, Philip. So he kept doing the twitchies, and so finally one day I just ignored them, and he stopped doing it. I was like, he kept doing it, a little bit, and I didn't say anything. He kept doing it, trying to get a rise out of me, and I was like, nope, I'm not gonna say a word. And he stopped doing. He never did it again. Never did it again. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Yeah. What's your dad's name so I can put him on our prayer warrior? I have prayer warriors, not warriors. Warrior. WARRIOR. You love that story about my brother's toes twitching. Well, let me tell you another story about that. Yeah, when we start, yeah, that's exactly right, Rhonda. Another story there, we moved to that place. I was in seventh grade, and it snowed really, really, really bad. And my dad was like, okay, the school's down there, because I was in junior high. He goes, the school's down there. I never been to this place ever, 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 ever. And my brothers got a bus because they were still in elementary, right in front of the trailer, right? So I had to walk. He goes, just go down there. The school's down there. I'm like, but where? Because I was what, 12? And I didn't know this town's. I'm walking, and the snow's coming down just like yesterday, but it was heavy snow. And I'm trudging along, and I don't see a school. So I'm walking and walking, and still don't see a school. And finally I saw a male person, and I said, where's the school? And they're like, what school? I didn't know what school I was going to. I didn't know. I said, the one that has seventh grade. And she goes, well, there's two schools, honey. And I'm like, what? I didn't know where I was going. That's what my dad just drops us off and makes me do that. But I had been walking for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm not lying. And I was soaking wet from the snow and everything. And Gabe is really scratching. He's shaking the whole. See my table shaking? So finally I did find it. It was like I had to go backtrack and everything, and I was so upset. And Ron, and you guys that know me, I'm very sensitive about things, and I used to be very, very shy. Believe it or not, I was. But it was like I walked in, I was soaking wet, and I said, can I please start tomorrow? Because I was so I didn't want to be introduced to the class looking like that. And they're like, nope, you have to be here today. I said, well, I can at least go in the bathroom. Well, it was one of those bathrooms that didn't have any paper towels. I couldn't clean up or anything. So anyway, I walk in front of the class. It was just so humiliating, so humiliating. And then I had to walk back home. But those kind of things, I would never do that to my child. Just say it's down there somewhere. But yeah, these are the things that I went through. But they don't sound like big things to you, but to me they are, and they made me even more nervous. And that's why I see Rhonda for a little bit of counseling. Right, Rhonda? She's a good friend. But snowy morning here in Maine. Oh, yeah, it is here too. Oh my. I don't even know. I think we got 15 inches, but it's still coming down. Not as yesterday. It was like a sifter of powdered sugar. You know how you take powdered sugar and you sift it on top of a cake or something. That's what it looked like, and it came down from Saturday night all day yesterday. I mean, straight. It was coming down, coming down. So I went back out there when I was making a video. I really wanted to make a snowman, but I probably can make a snow angel. That would probably work. I love playing in the snow with my boys when they were little. Does anybody out there like to make snowmen and stuff even though we're grown up? Thank you, Bob Films. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. We go to the mountains to see the snow. We don't get, oh, well, come on over, Phillips. You can have some snow. Like we go to the beach to take some, we take sand home. Maybe 10 inches there. See, I'm not exact. Don't quote me on that. Let it go. Oh, I'm coming down. I think that Scott, Escaping the Suburbs, doesn't he have an extra room in his house? Can you imagine if I came there and bother him for a whole week? His wife would be like, "Get her out of here. She never shuts up." I can make a Sandman. Oh, yeah. I would love to do that. I guess, Allie, you're in Florida too. Do you have a spare room? My friend Danny he has a trailer on the Gulf of Mexico over in St. Pete, but he always calls it my room, but I've never been down there to money's always tight around here. You don't get snow that often. Hello, Dean. Good morning to you. Good morning. Omar's here. Good morning. Good morning, honey. Oh yeah. Cool, across the road from the beach. I hope that's not dangerous though. Whenever there's storms and stuff, Philip, do you ever have like hurricanes and stuff? Hey, Lenny. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, I am on this. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, they're just toppers, honey. I guess you guys are all tired of me saying that. They're pair.com, PAIR.com. And they have magnets on them. I think I might do that today too, Scott. I might just call or email pair.com and ask them if I can be, even though I don't have a lot of subscribers, I do talk about them every day. And they say that, you have to have like thousands and thousands, but I'm just this much away to 1,500. That much away to 1,500. So if you didn't subscribe. I rarely ask for subscriptions, but if I could just get the number a little higher, not that I care, it's these companies that care. The spare bedroom is right. I just have to move the alligator to a different place. Is it a real alligator? I live in Melbourne. We don't have a hurricane here. I had a child who brought in I think it was a coral snake. His name was Evan. He was transferred because he was like 3 years held back in kindergarten. He was way tall, and he had such a beautiful heart. And this other school that he was at was not treating him very well, and just really, really bad to him. And his mother came to our school, and she talked with me, and she was just so impressed on, not toot my horn, but so impressed on how I took him under my wing. And and he didn't have an aide too, because usually they have an aide when they have different like autism and stuff. But he brought in his thank you, Allie. He brought in his snake, and I was nervous about it, but he brought in his snake, and all the kids were touching it, and I was very adamant about, okay, we are going to wash our hands thoroughly because you could get sick from touching the snakes. Hey, Rick, good morning. I haven't seen you in a while. From frozen and icy Northern Virginia. Got to dig out today. No, I'm not letting Daryl do that. I'm gonna pay someone to do it. He's probably in there. No, I'm not having. No. He was crying about he had a headache yesterday and everything. So, hello, Mr. Fawcett. Hello, my lovey. But yeah. When you get older, you might have to start paying people to do stuff. That's what I told him. But Lori, I'm making strides here. Oh, Lori, I'm making strides here with my decluttering. And I said, oh, because Madden's here. Hello, honey. How are you? I'm trying to start up my account, but I don't think I'm a post yet. Oh, you have the Let Them book. Let Them. Because I'm really trying, like, I started my Let Them Mel Robbins book again. I started the audio, and I got to find, I don't know what I did with the actual physical book, but I'm doing that. And do you guys ever use GTP or whatever? I have a free month. There was a free month, and I said, okay, I'm going to keep track of it, make sure I don't get charged for it. But I've been making him do a lot of stuff, or should I name him or her? I don't know. I don't know what I should call him. But anyway, yes, I want subs, haha, but I don't know yet because I don't know when I will post. But I have him, he has a whole list, okay? And I put my priorities. Yeah, I know, isn't she great? But Lori, listen to this. I'll have to send you a copy of it. I told him what I wanted to do, and I said my word for the year is prioritize. So I said, here's what I want to do. My priority first, of course, is God. But then I went to quit smoking, my health, right? My health as far as like losing the weight so I can get my knee replaced, and then decluttering. I'm sorry, Lori, you're down here. But he made me a chart on how to work it all out and not be overwhelmed. Lori is a very, very motivational speaker. Yeah, she is. And you know who else is? Scott. We're very lucky. Show those glasses to the missus. Yeah, they're from pair.com, PAIR.com. I have a whole bunch. Tell her if she wants me to, I can try them all on. She could see what. And you can also buy the toppers on Etsy, but sometimes this little magnet isn't on there right, and I tried to glue a new one, and these ones are from pair.com, but the other ones you get from Etsy, they're cheaper, and you know they're cheaper because that one pair is made out of tin metal for some reason. But anyway, so Lori, GTP has it all. I have to send you a copy of it because it's so organized, and then he has a little checklist, and he sent me a PDF. You guys should use that GTP just see what you can get out of it. You know, it's like having an assistant, right? Hey, CL, how are you? How are you? You quit vaping last year? Awesome. Awesome. I didn't have it. It's been 24 hours. I don't seem too stressful, do I? Tomorrow I'll be like, oh, but I have no way of going to the store. No way out there. So I'm going to try to be patient with myself. And also, I was listening on Lori's live last night. Lori has a live 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's like hanging out with a bunch of friends, you know. And we were talking about like anxiety and taking a breath. It's just like, you know, it's just like you know, so we were talking about how you take a deep breath and that. So thank you, Madden. You don't smoke, Madden, do you? Madden's my adopted nephew here. So yeah, Chat GTP or Ask GTP. I don't know which one I have. I think they're the same. I don't know, but you know what I mean. How much snow ice did you receive? We got about 45. No, I think we got between 10 and 13. I don't know. I don't know the total. I've been asking. No, Madden, you got to stop that before you get really addicted. There's a book, Madden, you can listen to or buy. It's called The Easy Way to Stop Smoking. By chapter 11, I quit last time. So I started that book over again as well. Also, Madden, I have I can send it to you via WhatsApp so you can listen to it. I have the session I went to for hypnotism, and it really did work. But then I was like, I'm gonna see if I will smoke this cigarette, and then of course I did. Why do I do these things? Super disappointed with myself, but I've been used to get sober, so it's hard. I've been smoking since 14. And how old are you now, Madden? Hi, Aussie. How are you? Oh, you're 19? Okay. Oh, you're the same age as James the Brit. And you're in California, right, Madden? So, please don't hate me, but I'm sitting barefoot on. I love you, Scott. When my friends have something, I'm genuinely happy for. I really am. I'm genuinely happy for them. And um, I had a friend. You have to really, yeah, yeah. Uh, a friend of mine. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Rick. Did you see that, Madden? Um, 37 degrees in Florida. That's horrible. But anyway, my friend, she had her, I was talking to somebody else about this, but my friend had her daughter surprised her with a visit, and I was so happy for her, and her daughter's friend videotaped the whole surprise, right? And I was like crying. I was like, oh, I'm so happy for you and everything. And then it got to the point as the video went on, after the hugs and everything, I was like, oh, why can't that be me? Why can't I have Matthew here? And then I felt really bad because I was starting to feel like envious or um, I don't know. But I wasn't like being against her because I was really happy for her, but I was in my heart, I was like, I wish that could be me. But I guess that wasn't really being jealous or anything. I guess I was just in my heart, I was anxious that um because I only see my son once a year and he's in Texas. Now that I condone, now that I condone smoking, or not that I condone smoking, or that I think it's cool whatsoever, I just know I'm not ready to stop. I don't want to try and be harder on myself. Right, right, Madden. Right. I was just telling you about a book, sweetie. Yeah, I was, but the thing is, Madden, too, with that book by Alan Carr, or he wants you to smoke all through the book. That's what I'm saying. He wants you to keep smoking. 3 degrees in your place, Rhonda, in Wichita. Oh my gosh. No grounding going on here, Scott. Wow. Wow. You're welcome. You're welcome, man. I can help you any way I can. I do that with all my friends, sweetheart. It's Aussie Day. Oh, through the source? You talking about the source, Aussie Jace? The source has different days for people. Um, so what are we all doing today? Those of you that are snowed in or cold in, like Nana's cold in, what are we doing today? Oh, Australia Day. Oh, I'm sorry. I never knew about that. Aussie Day. Okay, I saw your name was Austin, and okay. Oh, so your name is Jace. It's just Aussie Jace. I thought your name was okay. It looks really windy outside. I'm not checking. Yeah. What's it say here? Yeah. Mike teases me because I want to know the actual temperature, and he always gives me the wind chill. I'm a stay-at-home. I'm a stay-at-home son. Haha. Yeah. Working, no snow here. Well, that's good, Mike. That's good. Um, Yesterday and today was about 110 degrees. What? Wow. Aussie Day is holiday in Australia. I actually was able to catch Dora's live very early this morning. Yeah, I used to go to her live early in the morning too. But I've been trying to get sleep. I have a fan on. Oh, okay. I'm getting ready for work now, says Yvonne. Did you already post your affirmation, Yvonne? I'll be going out later and and cleaning off the stoop. Yeah, I'm not letting Daryl shovel that snow. I don't care what he says. Um, what is Yeah, what is it celebrating? Allie said, "What I never knew about Aussie Day. What is it celebrating? Like, is it like our 4th of July? Do you know, Lori or Jace? Do you know what? You probably do know because you live there. Um, what about Justin? Justin, what does that celebrate Aussie Day? Do you guys get paid work off and stuff? Oh, -13. Summer in Australia. Yep. It's -10 here. Oh, you didn't put it up yet? Okay. And so, guys, so a lot of times, like, I wanted to start doing like the welcome and everything, and then the scripture. But a lot of times there's other things I want to talk about. So I was thinking a couple days a week, which I do it anyway. This is my channel. I end up going a little bit longer. So maybe on like 2 days a week or 3 days a week, we can have designated days where I have like an agenda that I want to talk about different things because, I'm talking about what God wants to talk about first. And that's the most important. But there's sometimes I just want to visit with you guys and talk about stuff like we are right now. So, hey, Share Bear, how are you, darling? Like show you my dogs and my cats and, silly stuff. Like, well, I'm always silly. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Or I could do a separate one. I don't know. Um, but I just like getting to know you guys and everything. So, hello, Fuda, hello, USA. Um, but I like to get to know you guys and things like that. And I know that's what Lori does with her channel, and so does Scott and Yvonne and that. Um, so I like to do that and get to know you guys because that's what my channel is really about. I'm not, with numbers and things like that. Now that I wasn't even going to do the partial monetization, but we really do need the money. So I was going to try to get something with pair.com because I love them and I just, get this. I like your stories. They could be helping people. You love hearing Gabriel. Where is he? He's usually right. I don't know where he is. You know what? Since Daryl's home, he's probably with Daryl, but he's a mama's boy. He's a mama's boy. Oh, is he a mama's boy? But Libby tries to kiss up to me, but if I just give her one mama look, like I'm not even looking at her bad, she'll go running. She will. And if I say if someone had an accident on the floor, I'm like, who did that? And they go like, especially when we still had Levi, he would run. He would look at me like, ah, and they would tell on themselves. That's pretty much what they would tell him. They're just like, I don't do it. Ah, and they run away. But yeah, they're pretty good because they're older. Like Gabriel's gonna be 11. His birthday is 2/2/2. His birthday, he'll be 11, and then Libby, her birthday is it's in April, I think. Pretty sure it's in April because we have a whole bunch of birthdays in April that we still celebrate our other dogs' birthdays and stuff. The weird thing is I don't ever know what my cat's birthdays are. So, but I know Jake is 15. We've had him for a long time, and you would never know he was. He nagged at me. You would never know. You can see sometimes in his face that he's old, but he's a mama's boy too. He is too. But I was telling, I forget who it was. Even when I had 8 dogs, every morning I would give, or if it would be after work if I was running late, every day I would give them a massage. Like they appear on, their paws here looking at me, and I would massage their neck and their backs and everything. My dogs are very spoiled, very, very spoiled. And that's probably why, like my shadow, my Cocker Spaniel, she lived to be 16 and she was still hanging on. And she uh she was having act like she was pooping on herself in her sleep and that. Hello, Max, how are you? Hello. But I took her 3 times to put her down, but I don't like to play God, but I had to. My son's like, Mom, you're being selfish. But I give them massages every day. Now, Fifi used to bite me, but I put her, like, she'll come over and she'll look at me with her paws here like everybody does, and then I just massage their necks and stuff. They are so, they're so spoiled, but I love it. Who wouldn't want a nice neck massage? The only thing is, if you touch Fifi's back, she will bite you. So, um, so then, and also when she jumps up on you or jumps down, she puts her nails together. So, and I'm having trouble with this leg, and she punctured my leg pretty bad on the left leg, and then Mister, who never does that, he did it on the other one. So I have to go to the doctor today if I can get out. But I don't think I'm gonna. Maybe I could just do a video thing, and they can look at my leg that way, because there's from the hole, there's stuff on there, that's coming out. So it's just like water. It just looks like the flow of water. It's just clear water. But she said she might want to do a test on that. So I don't know. The saga of my leg is going on and on and on. Rhonda, I have a cat that lived to be 18. He was so raggedly. Aw, it's so hard, isn't it, CL? Because then I got 3 French bulldogs. I think that's what Mike got. Didn't Mike get a yesterday? Didn't he get a French bulldog? Did you, Mike? Um, Rhonda, I had a cat that lived. Okay, I had a 3-month-old dog. Oh no, really, Max? My my shadow, the one that lived to be 16, almost 17, I had the Easter candy in the bottom of my closet for the kids when they were little, and she broke in there and ate it all, the foil and everything. And she had very colorful poo, but she never died from that. I don't know what was going on with that dog, but she ate all that. And we used to feed her grapes, all the things that they say now not to feed dogs. We fed to her because I used to throw a grape to her and then she'd just catch it. I never knew you couldn't feed dogs grapes. I never knew that. And but she lived so long. She lived so long. How, Allie, do you show your dogs in your videos? I don't I don't remember seeing her dogs in her videos. Um she just shows the fishies. I don't think, Allie, you don't take your dogs fishing with you, do you? Yeah, my cocker, whenever Shadow passed away, then I started getting basset hounds. Now I asked them if they shed. She's like, oh no, they don't shed. By the time we got home, Maddie and we should have did more investigation. But when we got Damien, we were going to get a basset puppy, and Maddie picked out Damien. We're driving home, and I really wanted Zeke. His eyes were just mesmerizing, and he had this little black dot in his color of his eyes. And so Daryl's like, "You really wanted that dog, didn't you?" And I said, "Yes." Um, oh, what's that? Oh, I was short of my big dog. Oh, okay. I'll have to get with Sally to know how to upload it from my phone. Um, so that I lost my train of thought. That happens to me all the time. I was talking about decluttering with Lori yesterday, and I knew her channel was Lori Soul Circle, and then I was like, then I doubted myself, and so then I was like, I should take that out as a blooper, and Daryl's like, oh, I'll just leave it in, because it's like, there you go, old lady brain fart. I think my pug lived to be 16 because he loved me so much. Yes. Well, let me tell you. Okay. So I went back and got Zeke, right? His name is Ezekiel, and my most of my dogs are named after the Bible, except for Liberty, but because that was during the pandemic and we didn't have Liberty, so I named her Liberty. So I get him, and he's the love of my life. This dog is like and even Daryl knew that that I loved him sometimes more than Daryl, because I just loved Ezekiel, because he was mama's boy, he had my back, man. And he so we would have conversations, and Daryl Daryl would walk past. What are you doing? And he goes, he doesn't understand you. um Decluttering is a little bit of at a time. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it has. That's what GTP has on the thing. He doesn't want me getting overwhelmed by quitting smoking, exercising, losing weight, and, you know, decluttering. So he made a chart for me, a schedule. But so um he says he don't understand you, and I said yes he does, and he says no he doesn't. So I'd go and Gabe or Zeke would go and he really did. He goes, yeah, right. And I said, okay, I'll do another tune and see if he does it. Okay, so I went like that, and he did it, and Daryl's like, he did. He really did. So I was like, see, he understands what I'm saying, because Basset hounds really will talk to you. If you watch my videos of my Bassets, I mean, especially when I was telling Levi he had to take a nap, and he's like arguing with me about a nap. Do you ever know if you ever saw that short I have? But they're very vocal, very vocal. And so they where was it? Well, whenever Zeke passed away, sadly, when he passed away, I swear to you, Gabriel, something happened with Gabriel started acting like Zeke. And like what Allie was saying, her dog, her pug, didn't want to leave her because he loved you too much. I think, and everybody else says it too, because he started acting like Zeke. Gabriel turned into Zeke, his mannerisms and everything, because at first Gabriel was like looking up and like talking to something. He was actually talking to something after he passed away. And then like the next week or so, Gabriel turned into Zeke, the way he whined, the way he, like, if I would go somewhere, Zeke would always throw a tantrum before I left. He would actually, because he knew my routine when I would get ready for school, do my hair, do and he would start whining and whining. And then when I would leave, the Bassets would all do a howling festival, where you could probably hear it in my whole neighborhood. When I would leave, they would all howl. And so um he really did become him, and even to this day he is, because he still like does this, like talking up to this, up to the ceiling, like talking to something, and then he starts jumping around playing with it. You can ask Daryl, this is really true. I'm gonna video it. But he plays with something or someone, I don't know, it's not Libby. Dogs get really close to their owners when they almost died. This happened. Oh, yeah, because I don't know. It's spooky because he's always like, "Ah, rah, rah," So anyway, those are my stories. But I love that dog. You're really lucky if you get at least one dog like that. And I've had so many dogs that I just bonded with, but Zeke and Gabriel, um, they were my loves, especially Ezekiel. Boy, that dog. If I was a dog, I'd marry him. He was always so good to me. Like everything was about mama. So, um, aw, really see how he was acting terribly sad. Yeah, I think they know. Well, when we had to rehome Levi because he attacked Gabriel 2 months ago, um, Gabriel did he didn't miss him or anything. He didn't even like look around. But if I would say Levi's name, he'd be like, because he was afraid of him, because that stupid dog would bite him, and he tore that up. His part of his eye, like right on there. And Daryl says he thinks it was his jaw or whatever that thing is. But there was a piece on the floor, and I was like, oh, put it in a plastic bag and took it to the emergency vet. By the way, if you ever have to go to emergency vet, that's like a house payment or a car payment just for them to look at the dog or the cat, right? That's not even what they do or the medication. But I lucked out with Gabriel. The guy was a new doctor, and what is going on there? Somebody take care of that. Daryl, take care of that. So what's that? Is it you? Okay, there's some trolls in there. I should just not even pay attention. But yeah. So anyway, that's animals. Animals just they're just they're just so wonderful, and they love us too. So guys, thank you for hitting the like button. I took enough of your time today, an hour and a half. So but I just love you guys. I love spending time with you. So that's what I was thinking. Maybe a couple days a week we could, just chit chat like that. It's just fun to get to know one another. And you guys tell me about your animals, which I just love hearing about other people's animals and things like that. And people that get to live in the nice, warm sunshine and wear their bare feet. And meanwhile, back here we have Yvonne's Minnesota here. And I'll let you see out here what's going on out here in Pittsburgh area. Again, here, since it's a little bit more light out. There you go. See that mess? You can't even see the steps there. Do you see the mess? It's horrible. Yes, trolls do give us hours. That's what they were doing yesterday. They were just very, yeah. Yes, it is pretty CL, but it's cold. The frozen tundra. That's what we can call it, the frozen tundra. They called it like Armageddon or something the one year. But back in 2009, we got 77 inches of snow. Not all at once, but that whole winter, so. You're funny, Justin. I don't know. All right, guys. Hey, Blicky, Anna Sticky. Good morning. Good morning. So I'm going to check out, guys. Have a wonderful day or have a wonderful evening wherever you're at. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye, guys.